Hi, my name is Reza Nasri, and I would like to welcome you to my videos series on Greco-Roman wrestling, realistic combative art. The techniques presented will teach you how to defend yourself against the most common types of assault. Get your sweats on and let's begin.
Self-defense techniques against a knife attack. We're going to start with a downward strike. Let's watch this one together. We're going to execute a left high block. Notice the high block. We're going to circle to the other hand, reach under, grab the back of the neck, and rotate the opponent all the way down. Let's watch this one. We're going to do a high block and come down with the opponent's force. We're not really going against them. Be extremely careful in the practices. Make sure you always use a plastic knife for safety. Let's look at this one again. Circle to the other hand, complete rotation, and check the opponent's elbow. Notice how Mr. Reza is actually ending up with the knife. That's a pretty big concept in knife fighting. Is it just the fact the opponent cannot fight you back doesn't mean you have to leave the weapon with him. The rotation of the arm is one of the really important techniques in Greco-Roman wrestling. Now let's get into technique number 2. Let's watch it in a slow motion. We're going to do the same move. That's what I'm talking about, the rotation. And we're going to execute a hip throw. Let's look for that again. The left grabs it, gives it to the right. You reach in and pull in. You can actually put a lot of pressure on the opponent's ribs and the elbow. That technique is also done as an arm break. Let's look for that rotation right here. Step way inside. Put your hip way out. Notice the placement of the feet are a little bit apart. Let's look for that again. So we're going to rotate, step in, rotate the opponent all the way down, end up with a knife. Let's look at this one again. So we're going to pull it in, step in, hip throw, take the knife out. Number 3. Let's look at this one together in slow motion. We're going to do the same rotation again. Reach over, grab the neck. We're going to apply a choke or a complete throw. Be sure to hold firmly to the wrist. Let's look at this one again. Rotation of the arms. Grab the neck, break, and a throw. Let's look at it in slow motion. The left checks it, give it to the right, hip throw all the way over. Notice how the thighs are actually so close to the body, you can actually put some pressure in the opponent's head. Again, let's do these techniques step by step. Get your partner and go over these techniques over and over again. Number 4. Let's look for that little rotation again. We're going to come up and actually circle the opponent. Notice the right arm is in between the opponent's chest and the arm. It's kind of trapped in between, but we can actually use that as leverage to bring the opponent all the way down. Put a lot of pressure on the shoulder. Let's look for that one again. Notice how Mr. Reza is actually making the opponent go one way, then redirecting the force right in the middle to the other way. There's a lot of pressure is actually applied to the shoulder joint. Notice how Mr. Reza is actually putting the knee on the opponent's body when it's even finished. Okay, let's look for that knee placement right now. Notice the hand and the knee stops the opponent from turning around. Number 5. Let's look at it in slow motion. Do a complete rotation. We're going to execute an elbow strike and reach over to grab the neck. Let's look at this one a little faster. Notice the strike. There's a strike, there's a grab, and there's also a sweeping of the leg. Let's look for that sweep of the leg. Notice the leg go behind the opponent's legs, and you pick up the hip to throw the whole balance of the opponent out. Let's look for that again. Place in, pick up, and all the way down. Let's look at it again, slow motion. Rotation of the arm, left foot way in between. Number 6. Okay, this one is against the underhand attack. So when the strike comes, you actually go along with the strike. That means you complement the opponent's force and return it with the elbow strike to the opponent's face. Let's look for that all the way down and an elbow strike. So we're going to pull the opponent in, execute an elbow strike to the opponent's face. Let's look for this one again. Pull in. And this one, Mr. Reza actually executed a palm strike and an elbow strike. Let's see if you can place that palm strike in there. Look, palm, elbow, and straight down. Number 7. Okay, again, an overhand strike. Okay, this one is going to take a lot of work because there's a lot of sensitivity and a lot of feeling involved. And timing. Notice how it ducks under, reaches over, and hooks the arm. Look at the placement of the shin against the forearm. Notice he almost does a voluntary headlock. Let's look for that headlock. Say he ducks under, reach way under. Okay, let's look for this one again. We're going to pull it all the way in, shuffle forward, and apply all that pressure against the opponent's shoulder. There's a lot of rotation right there involved. And circle and all the way down. Beautiful technique. Number 8. Okay, we're going back to the overhead strike. We're going to do the rotation of the arm, grab the neck, and actually have the left leg in front of the opponent's leg to do a takedown. Let's look at it in slow motion. Reach over. The sweep is done in front of the legs. It's kind of a dangerous throw because it will end up in the opponent having both of his legs broken, because you're going actually against the knee. So that would again, full rotation, end up with a knife on top. Be sure you take some notes on all these techniques and actually write them down. Have a little notebook for yourself. Make a plan of learning maybe 3 techniques a day and just kind of move on. Number 9. Okay, we're back into the overhead strike. I'm going to reach over and apply a choke at the same time with the chest by leaning forward. You apply a lot of pressure on the elbow. Let's look for this one again. Rotation of the arm, grab the neck, and break all the way down. By grabbing the chin, you can actually snap the neck, cause it to break. Circle, grab the neck, and rotate all the way down. Notice how Mr. Reza is actually sticking to the opponent even when the opponent's all the way down. Let's look for that right here. See, he stays right on top of him. Look for that circle, stay on top. Number 10. Overhead strike, rotation of the arm, end up behind. This time the right arm execute a chokehold. Notice the circle, getting out of the way, and striking with the forearm to the opponent's throat. Let's look at that one again. Rotation of the arm, and the right arm just gonna slides up and strike the opponent's throat. So you notice the forearm strike is a very combative strike, but it's not very conventional. Conventional, let it be your elbow strike or your palm strike or using your knuckles. But forearm strike is one of those non-conventional weapons. Let's look for that one again. Notice the rotation and striking to the throat. Number 11. Okay, overhead strike again. This one requires a little bit more timing because you cannot let the opponent be fully committed to his technique. So when he cocks back, you're going to reach in block and keep the wrist bent all the way down to the ground. Again, notice the left hand actually blocks under the tricep. See if you can look for that slow motion. Look for that left hand. So left hand stops it, right hand comes from under, grabs the forearm. Now the left palm is actually pressing all the way down. Okay, notice for that elbow lock at the end. Number 12. Okay, we're going for that overhead strike. There's a rotation of the arm again. Now we're going to duck under. Notice your partner's elbow will end up on your shoulder. You can actually break or throw over the head, which is a very difficult throw. Again, rotation, stepping inside and pulling it in. Try to practice these techniques in slow motion without the actual throw first. Just work on your placement of your body, your arm, your leg. Notice the placement of the knife. Look at that arm stepping in. When you feel more comfortable, then you can start actually executing the throw. Let's look for this one again. Rotation of the arm and a complete lift off. Circling in and pick up. Beautiful technique. Number 13. Okay, now we're going to grab, do a complete, we're going to go under the opponent and place the opponent's elbow on the right shoulder. Let's look for this grip. So we got to come under and over. Very similar to about 2 or 3 techniques before. Let's look at this one slowly. So the left hand blocks, right hand reaches way under. You're going to duck under the opponent's arm and throw him over your head. Let's see that one again. Reaches under, duck, and throw. There are so many different versions of all these defenses, and each one will work in a particular time. As you know, the most important thing about fighting is timing, timing, and timing. Number 14. Okay, we're going to do a leg sweep. Notice this one. How there's a left high block, you grab the opponent's wrist, take him all the way down, and execute a kick to the opponent's ribs. You're going to step inside, grab. There's actually a strike to the throat with the right hand. Let's see if you can look for that one together. We're looking for that throat strike with the right hand. Let's see it again. And so block right there. Let's look for it again. Slow motion. Notice the left hand grabs the wrist, the right hand goes for the throat, and you sweep all the way down. Let's see that one again. Number 15. Okay, here's a rotation of the arm again. We're going to step in and actually circle the opponent all the way down. Let's see that in fast motion. There's an extreme amount of pressure on the back of the opponent's neck. Let's look for that circular motion right here. So there's that rotation and pulling the motion all the way down. Let's look for the leg movement. How the leg is actually placed in front of the opponent's thigh and circle the opponent all the way down. Let's for the thigh movement. There it is. The left leg goes in and you circle the opponent, trip him all the way down. Number 16. Against the underhand strike. Notice we're going to grab the opponent's wrist, execute a shin kick to the thigh. That's mainly to stop the opponent from coming in and throw him off balance. Let's look for that again. So grab the opponent's wrist, shin kick to the knee, lock the knee out, and with the right leg, throw the opponent all the way over. Okay, notice we're not actually stopping the opponent, we're actually going with him. Be extremely careful where the blade is pointing to. Let's try that again. Grab, shin kick, and throw over. Make sure you practice these techniques in slow motion and use extreme caution executing these techniques. Number 17. Overhand is a rotation of the arm. We're going to grab the neck and actually reach over and grab the opponent's wrist and execute an elbow strike. Look for that little choke hold right there. Circle, give it to the other hand, and elbow strike to the head. Beautiful technique. Let's look for that one again. The left pie blocks, rotates, goes over. You give one hand to the other hand and execute an elbow strike. Notice how the one hand actually gives the wrist to the other hand. There's no pulling involved. Let's look for that right here. The right hand gives it to the left. The right arm is free, and there it is, an elbow strike. Beautiful, effective technique. Number 18. There's a slashing motion. Against a slash. Notice there's a check. There's 2 kicks, actually 3 kicks. 1 kick to each leg and followed up with a stump kick. Look for that block. We're going to hook the leg, hook the other one, and follow up with another kick to the armpit. Look for that wedging move. There's actually a wedge that blocks the knife and followed up with 3 kicks. Look for the wedge, hook, kick, and follow up. Again, be very careful with the knife. Always know where that blade is pointing to and where the slicing motion is. Notice how Mr. Reza has always control over the opponent's wrist. The placement of the wrist is very important. Look at the strikes to the legs. There's a hooking, there's a sweep, and there's another kick. Number 19. There's a slicing motion again. Then we're going to execute same kind of kicking techniques to the back of the leg this time. So there's a shin kick involved. And we're going to do a neck break at the end. Let's call that edge. There's a shin kick to both legs. We're going to break the elbow, rotate him. He moved a little too fast for me. Let's one more time look at it in slow motion. So we're going to block shin kick to the other leg, knee to the elbow, break the neck, and follow up all the way on top of him. Notice the follow-up. Okay, let's look at this again. Shin kick, break the leg all the way down. Let's look at it in slow motion. We're going to step out, getting out of the range of the knife. Get rid of the knife, and a follow-up. Stay on top of the opponent at all times. Beautiful technique. Number 20. We're going to do the rotation of the arm. We're going to actually pull the elbow in, strike the opponent's body with the right shoulder. Let's look for the little shoulder strike. So we're going to have a jerky move to throw the opponent all the way down. So we're going to pull it in, hit it with the shoulder, with the palm, apply pressure on the opponent's elbow to release the knife. Let's look for that again, slow motion. Circle it in, pull the knife out. Let's look at this one again. slow motion. Jerking and shoulder strike to the body. Beautiful technique. Number 21. Overhead strike. There's a rotation of the arm. We're going to step in, grab the opponent's chin to pull down to break the neck. You can actually grab the hair also. Notice this is extremely difficult fall because the opponent would actually land on the back of the neck and the head area. Great arm lock at the end. You might want to actually freeze this frame and look at the technique, step at a time, all the way down. Look at that arm lock right there. Notice how the left arm is rotated and twisted all the way around, and the right arm is pushing the shoulder down. Let's look at this one again together. Rotation of the arms. Grab and pull all the way down. And finish it in arm lock.
Welcome to Panther Productions' exclusive video interview with 1986 World Greco-Roman Wrestling Champion, Reza Nasri. Today you'll learn all about Greco-Roman wrestling and what a tough sport it is. Welcome to Panther Studios, Reza.
Hi, how are you?
Very nice to meet you. Now let's start at the beginning. When did you first get involved in Greco-Roman?
I was 10 years old. My friend told me to get there, and studio was wrestling place. He told me I have to start there. Maybe I can grow up and bring some title from my country.
Now this is Iran where you were born, right? Is it a big sport in Iran?
Yeah, it's really big. Actually, it's really, they believe in this wrestling. It's
And
really old.
It's an ancient sport. How far back does it go?
It's more than Chinese martial art. This martial art, actually, I read the book, come from Iran first. And just grow up and go to the Chinese.
So it precedes the Chinese martial arts. Yeah. And now you started at 10 years old, and have you stuck with it ever since?
Yeah, every day. I mean,
Wow. And who was your coach back then?
My coach was the guy. His name is Hashem Gambari. He's really nice guy. I like him. He's really loud, and he teach really good this stuff. He's I think he was the world champion too for a long time ago.
And when did you first start competition?
I started competition. I was 16 years old in my city. I was champion in my city, and after I go to a Iran champion, and I bring the title for my country, and after I go to the Germany and for world champion.
Now, 1986 was the year you won the World Championships.
Yeah.
What was the competition like?
It was really good. A lot of people, I like it there, and a lot of people come from country for wrestling. It was really good.
Now, this is in Germany, where the
that was in
championship
Germany.
was. What techniques does the Greco-Roman system concentrate on?
The Greco-Roman system is, if you look from wrestling type, Greco-Roman is from body just from not the legs, just from here to up. I mean more with hands.
More upper body,
Yeah, more upper
hand.
body, more hands, more necking. You know, and freestyle is more with legs. So what I'm doing right now is more like mixing to make a
Mixing them
technique.
together?
Yeah, mix them together on, you know, have a nice technique for martial art on, you know.
So you've modified the techniques a little bit
Yeah,
for
yeah.
other martial
Yeah,
artists to pick
sure,
up?
Yeah.
And with Greco-Roman now, it's when you watch it, it's on the Olympics every 4 years. You
Yeah,
can
I
see the competition. These guys are incredible, but it seems like it mixes all the martial arts: grappling, judo,
Yeah.
wrestling, ground fighting. A lot of ground fighting.
Sorry, ground fighting.
It has a combination of many arts, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
It's Greco-Roman is really good for a street fight because Greco-Roman they work with more hands on upper body, so they don't go on the ground and hold the legs. That's why, you know, my techniques come from Greco-Roman more and freestyle. You know, it's really more.
Now, how would it work against a street fighter who, let's say, has a knife? Would it be effective?
Sure, because in Greco-Roman you have to be fast. You're learning how to go through. You're learning. It's really easy. It's really simple, and it's really, you know, for condition, for body condition, it's really good. So my style is more you go straight, you hold the guy or in a street fight and take him down the ground. So it doesn't matter if you come with knife. I have a lot of techniques for knife, so you can see the techniques. It's really good. I mean,
Now, is your main goal when you're in a street fight or competition, is your main goal to get the guy on the ground?
yeah. It's
And then
more
what happens?
Because the problem is 90% of street fighting, or I mean, I respect martial arts to any martial arts. I respect them. They're nice sport. The problem is they don't know how to fight ground fighting because, you know, they have punch and kicking.
Right.
It's fine, but you have to know ground fighting and grappling, how to finish the, you know, fight in the ground.
Now, can anyone study the art, men, women, children? Or?
Everybody can.
Really?
I mean, in video, it's really it's a little bit, you know, difficult to. People watch this and they say, "Oh, it's really I can't do it." But I'm teaching really step by step, you know, step by step. It's really easy technique. It's really simple.
Now, the ground fighting, you know, I mean, I'm a martial artist myself,
Yeah.
and you know, I'm a little worried about getting on the ground because, you know, I'm not quite sure what to do. I mean, I think I can handle myself okay, but what happens if you're fighting a wrestler? That's where I feel I would have a problem. Now,
Well,
can Greco-Roman
okay.
counter a wrestler?
The problem is if you know punch and kicking, it's really easy if you know the grappling too, you know. I mean, I know punch and kicking too. So I started Wing Chun for 7 years in Germany. So I mix everything together. It's really good for a street fight. I mean, if you know punch and kicking and grappling and ground fighting, what you need more, you know. So you have everything.
Now, how does a Greco-Roman workout begin?
The beginning is just, you know, warm up the body. You have to warm up the neck, enjoy everything, and legs, because it's the first time you have to know how to falls in the ground. So I teach you, like, you know, how to falls, how to rolls. You know, if you're in the street and somebody, you know, take you on the ground, you know how to falls. That you can, you know, you can hurt your body. So.
Okay, you live in California now?
Yeah, I live in LA Valley.
Are you teaching?
Right now. I teach in many school. I mean, I have like 3 or 4 school. I teach them. I more teach people they have a black belt and red belt because I don't have a school right now, but I'm gonna open a school pretty soon and have my school.
Are you available for seminars?
Sure, I have my number everywhere. I can go everywhere and, you know, have a seminar for them.
Okay, and what do you hope your videos will teach the people when they purchase them?
I hope the people enjoyed my videos, and I think it's really cool techniques. I mean, it's, you know, really, I think it's really simple, but they have to come to my class, or I have to talk with them. I have to go to techniques slowly, you know, and, you know, teach them really easy.
Reza, I heard some of your students are pretty well-known celebrities, aren't they?
Yeah, I have people, they're actors, and they're my friends too. I have friends, Mickey Rourke, and some of actors. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know Ralph Muller. Maybe you know this.
Oh, he's a German
yeah, he's a German
bodybuilder?
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder. And I talk with him. I would like to go to movie, you know. So the thing is, they wanna. If I open a school, they wanna come to my school, and they wanna enjoy my techniques.
I think you're the only one teaching in the U.S.
Yeah, I think so. So, I mean, the technique, nobody has this technique right now,
Right.
and I hope people like it and enjoy it.
Well,
I wanna, this stuff, you know, grow up and get more bigger and bigger.
Well, I think with the videos, it should really spread the techniques. I'm sure people will study them at home, and you know, having spent time with you, you know, a couple weeks filming, I was very impressed, and these techniques are extremely valuable. So
Yes.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, to perfect the techniques shown, you must practice them daily. I wish you the best of luck in your training.